Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
You can start, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you. Hello, students. Last class, what we have discussed, about the protozoan diseases, isn't it? What are the type of protozoan diseases already we discussed? Will you please? So, amoeba, endamoeba histolytica is the first one, isn't it? It is also one of the protozoa. And then malaria, what are the types of malaria? Heavily identified. Okay, so that things also already we discussed. And then so what about that types of malaria? Already but there are 4 types have been reported. How they will be controlled by the actions of about completely sprinkle of kerosene oil on large water bodies. That things also already we discussed. Killing of adult mosquito with the help of spraying of which one insecticides such as DDT and also BHC also. One of the larvicidal fishes, okay, such as Gambusia, to control the breeding of mosquito. So these are all are the malarial parasites, how it will be controlled. That things already we discussed, isn't it? Okay. And then what are the 2 types of coast already about? One is called as, what is that? Human being, and another one is a mosquito. Both are essential for the completing of a malarial parasite. Okay, suppose anyone is absent, it will not complete, isn't it? That is the reasons how it will be affect. No, that one of the cell is called as sporocytes. Infectis is formed. The spore is called as sporocytes. Already about how it will be enter. Already we discussed. And one of the RBC substances, which one is the toxic substances released by the particular pathogens, the hemozoin, how it will be already I told you. That things also already we discussed, isn't it? Okay, how it will be in the salivary gland and also and RBC also. So they will need 2 things is that, and this occurs in the mosquitoes salivary glands only. After that, it enter into the which one human beings. These are the steps were involved by the microorganism, isn't it? That things also already we discussed one by one. Okay, this is the structures we saw it. This slides how it will be happen. So what are the 5 steps majorly involved in this process? Already we discussed the things also, and then the human being as well as, and what are the types? How it will be in the RBC? How many hours the erythrocyte cycles will be? How many hours it will take? That things also already we discussed through this slide, isn't it? Okay, see. And then life cycle of Plasmodium female Anaphyllus mosquitoes. Okay, that things also already we discussed. Trypanosomiasis. Trypanosomiasis is nothing but the one of the, which one the serious protozoan diseases. Trypanosoma already that things also discussed. And also one more is the Glossiana. No, is also another. But so this is a digenic because it need which one so 2 things is there. Okay, insect as well as the human beings also. Okay, there is a 2 thing. Symptom already about prophylaxis also already we discussed, isn't it? Okay. See, today what we are going to discuss, already we saw it, these things also, tapeworm, isn't it? Tapeworm is also how it will be enter in the body through the off-boiled pork. Okay, it enter in your body and also hanging in the small intestine or large intestine, in between the small intestine and large intestine. Already you know about that things also. How it will be hanging with the help of which one, hooks. Okay, and also this part is completely called as scolex. Sometimes they may ask the question in the diagrammatical questions. Okay, that thing is also very, very important. See how it will be spread through the pig. Okay, so already you know a little bit that things also already we saw it. And then today what we are going to discuss about, ascarigus, otherwise called as ascariasis. It is also one of the endoparasites diseases. It is otherwise called as roundworm. Okay, diseases. See that the causes ascariasis is caused by an intestinal endoparasite of human being. Endoparasite lives within the human body, particularly intestine. That's why intestinal endoparasite of human. Example, Ascarigus lumbricoides. The name of the cosmetic organism, Ascariasis, is Ascaris lumbricoides, commonly called as roundworms. It's more common in children. Okay, this is the first thing. This is the first cosmetic organism. Next one is the life cycle of Ascaris is monogenetic. Note it down. This is very, very important. Monogenetics. Okay, life cycles of Ascaris is monogenetics. Next, epidemiology. How it will be spread? The human infection is direct and oral capsules with this second juveniles or ingested with the contaminated food and water only. Second juveniles. That is means already you know about it. Already we studied juvenile stage. What is the meaning of juvenile stage in a plant? Only the physiological growth only before the first flower production. Before that stage is called as juvenile stage. Okay, but in this category, okay, we can say which one, after the juvenile stage to second stage after the reproduction stage, the primitive stage. That is the middle stage of the which the capsules, oral capsules can produced, and also juvenile or injected to the contaminated food and water. The vectors of flies or the which one, it may be spread through the food or water. Okay, this is the another things. So once again repeat for you. Now we are going to discuss ascariasis causes. Ascariasis is also caused by the intestinal endoparasite of a human. Ascarigus lumbricoides, commonly called as roundworm. Okay, so life cycle is it's a monogenetic in nature. Epidemiology, already like human infection, direct and oral capsules with the just second juvenile or ingested with the contaminated food and water. Vectors of flies and cockroaches. That is very, very important. Okay, how it will be spread? Okay, through the way of flies and cockroaches. It carries the which one, the capsules. Capsules nothing but the small which one, egg-like structures. Okay, what? Okay, what are the next one? See, this is called as Ascarigus lumbricoides. The structure will be like this. It is adhere on the surface of the intestines. That's why it is lead to which one, the pain, stomach pain also. Sometimes the children, they were suffered these diseases, already told, because they eat more sweets, okay, and like that, and properly swallowing, okay, properly, it will not swallow, partially swallow the food. So that's the reason. So as a result, what happened, the egg and also water as well as the food also, partially cooked food, that things also, it will lead to worms. Okay, suppose if it has a capsule like egg, it will grow inside the stomach. Okay, see that. This is the two Ascarigus lumbricoides. Already there are two types. One is male, another one is called as female. According to the reproduction aspect, they may be divided into two types. Okay, so male always how it will be, it's a very smaller than that of the female only. Female is very long in size. Okay, at the same time very what is thick, very well grow in stage. Okay, but compared to the male. But how will you identify these two? Because the presence of, see the diagrammatical structure, the pineal setae. Okay, there is a small two finger-like projection. That is a needle-like structure. This is called as copulation. Okay, it is a during the reproduction they used this one is called as a pineal setae. So the presence of pineal setae is called as which one you know? This is called as which one you know? Male. Suppose if it is absent, that is called as what is that? Female. See here, the female genetical aperture is here. Okay, the copulation takes place during the reproduction process. As a result, what happened? You know, the eggs are produced. Okay, see that this is the mouth pore, excretory pore, and also lateral line and cloacal aperture. Okay, and pineal setae, a curved tail. So this is very, very important. Suppose take an example, these two, you know, which one it has a pineal setae and also curved tails, that is called as which one you know? Asparagus. Male worms. Female, it is straight in nature, straight, but it has a which one you know? The female genetical aperture. This is also another one, but it's absence of which one in a pineal setae. So we have to identify which one is male, which one is female. Compared to these two only, this is the shortest one, but it is a longest one and also very well growth in nature, well grow in nature. Okay, so this is well already they may ask the questions in the diagrammatical questions. Okay, see that symptoms. So ascariasis is characterized by the abdominal pain, indigestions, weakness and anemia, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, etc. These are the basic symptoms. Suppose the worms present in your stomach, what will happen, you know? So automatically you are in the weakness due to the all the nutritive substances are absorbed by the which you know the tapeworm as well as the ascarias. As a result, what happened? You will not get the proper nutrients. As a result, you will become a weakest persons. So that is the first thing. So as a result, weakness means so you will not get the food, means it will lead to the directly anemia. Okay, suppose worms present in your body, nausea and vomiting, diarrhea is also possible. Okay, see that KP infection may cause pneumonia, hepatitis, appendicitis, blockage of intestinal and nerves problem like a coma, convulsions. Severe cases, severe, suppose number of worms present in 100, 200, 300 like that, you know. So that cases what happened, you know, it may be blockage of the intestine. Okay, as a result, it will not penetrate. So the pain will becomes more. Okay, the nerves problems like a coma, convulsion, etc. is also happened during these severe conditions. And diagnosis, how will you diagnose these type of diseases? Already you know a little bit. The ascariasis is diagnosed by the stools test. You have to take the stools under the DMLT lab, and also dermal test. Okay, and also another one is called a scratch test. These are the three tests have been reported for the identification of ascariasis. Okay, so this is very, very important. Suppose any one of the derms present in it, you can easily identify. Otherwise, called as the eggs also sometimes, okay, present in the stools. Sometimes a small worms. Sometimes it may be big one. Adult one also comes out. So you have to take more amount of guava. Okay, that fruits when we are eating, you know, it may be completely eradicated from our stomach. So you have to take more amount of guava. So the worms completely comes out through the excretion process. Okay, take it this one. And then suppose if it is not possible, how will you, what are the treatment they are prescribed by the doctors, you know? You know a little bit of one of the tablet is called as dermazole, okay, albendazoles. Okay, these are the tablets they were used for the eradication of the worms, like, or whether it may be a capsule or even in a egg also. Okay, so you note it down. This is very, very important. All the worms are eradicated with the help of the dermazole, okay, albendazoles. These are the tablets they were used for the what is that diagnostic process. Okay, doctors prescribe these are the tablets. Okay, 6 months once you have to take a, which one? These tablets. Okay, see here. Next one is called as filariasis. Very, very important things. Filariasis is otherwise called as elephantiasis. Elephant, note it down, filariasis. Okay, and also elephantiasis. This is which one is a cosmetic organism? Filariasis, because the elephantiasis, the leg look like a elephant. Okay, causes filariasis is caused by the one of the worms is called as Wuchereria pangrifti. This is noted down. They were asked NEET questions. The filariasis is caused by the cosmetic organism. Okay, Wuchereria pangrifti, and also Wuchereria malayi. Nematode parasites. Which one of the nematode they produce the filariasis? Elephantiasis caused by the one of the nematode is called as what? Like that, they may ask the questions. You have to clear it. Wuchereria pangrifti. Okay, note it down. This one is commonly called filarial worm. Okay, this is very, very important. Okay, found in lymph vessels and lymph nodes of human. This is called as primary cause, and also genital organs. Note it down. This is very, very important. Locations have been given here. Found in the lymph vessels, lymph nodes. These are all which one? Secondary immunological organ, isn't it? So of human body, but it is also called as primary caused and also genital organs. Once again, repeat for you: filariasis, elephantiasis. Causes Wuchereria pangrifti, and also Wuchereria malayi. This is also called as nematode parasite, commonly called as filarial worms, where it found in lymph vessels and lymph nodes, and also genital organs. This is called as primary caused. This is called as human is a primary caused. Okay. Sometimes they may ask the question: the Wuchereria pangrifti found in the lymph vessels of which one? Primary caused human beings. Okay, Homo sapiens. Instead of human, they may give Homo sapiens, like that. Okay, by zoological nomenclature name also they may give. Okay, so go to the next one. See that while the developing stages called microfilariae. Note it down. This is very, very important. So egg to larva, larva to how it will be developed. That is called as microfilariae, are found in the saliva of mosquito like Aedes and Culex. Note it down. This is called as Culex. Okay, the Culex is the very, very important. And female Culex mosquito, it is spreaded by one of the small vector is called as female Culex mosquito. Suppose when you are standing in the queue, what happen? Your leg will be swollen like as a elephant. Okay, imagine. Then only it can be easily identify at the time of examination point of view. You can identify like that. When we are standing in the queue, what happen? Automatically it will be, your leg will be swelling. That condition is called as elephantiasis. Okay, this is the indirect identifications. Okay, see here. While the developing stages called as microfilariae are found in the saliva of the mosquito, that mosquito is called as female Culex mosquito. Just already in our malarial parasite, which mosquito is the female Anopheles mosquito, but that elephantiasis caused by the female Culex mosquito. All are female only. Already know about what are the main properties of the female. Main characteristic, they produce only the eggs. That is the reason. Okay, go to the next one. See, so this is called as Wuchereria pangrifti for the worm. Okay, this is the worms. These are the RBC. Okay, just imagine this is the structures. Okay, how it will be spread already see, this is called as elephantiasis. See the leg, this is called as normal. This is the normal leg compared to this one. This is the elephantiasis. Okay, because inside what happened, the blood, okay, contain numerous worms is there. The numerous worms, as a result, the which one, the lymphoid vessels, the lymphoid nodes also swell. Okay, so as a result, your leg look like an elephant leg. That's why that condition is called as elephantiasis. Okay, this is very, very, very important one. Note it down these things. So you have to provide the albendazole is the tablet. Okay. So when you are giving this tablet in the particular time, there is particular periods, it will be completely eradicated. Okay. So many people they were see during the traveling times, some of the person they will not take their legs because the one leg is very big and another one is a normal one. Okay, like that we can see. Okay, so you have to provide albendazole tablet. Here the IU, so they have given us a tablet mg milligram 400 milligrams. Okay, sometimes they may give us in the form of IU international unit. Okay, see that epidemiology, how it will be affect the human infection is indirect and inoculative, in which juvenile called the microfilariae, already I told you. Okay, or injected in the blood of human along with the saliva of Culex and also Aedes mosquito. The Aedes as well as the female Anaphylaxis, female Culex mosquito. Here the female Culex mosquito. The saliva is also sometimes. So all the worms related diseases they produced by only the mosquitoes only. So one is called as malarial parasite, Plasmodium. Okay, that is called as which one Anaphylaxis, female Anaphylaxis mosquito. But in this category, female Culex mosquito and female Aedes mosquito. The Aedes already in our chikungunya. Okay, see that one. See, so you have to take the ivermectin plus albendazole. When you are taking these two things, it may be a rectification. So otherwise called as prescription by doctors. And DEC is the one of the tablets and also with the albendazole. So both the category, which one is important? Albendazole is very, very important. Then only the completely eradication of the, which one forms. Okay. Symptoms. What are the symptoms? They were identified. Filariasis is characterized by the fever proliferations. Proliferation means it may be increases. Okay. Of endothelial cells. This is very, very important symptoms. And deposition of the metabolites in the wall of the lymph vessels. That's the reasons to enlarge the, which one leg. Metabolites. Metabolites is also, what is mean by metabolites? Will you please tell me what are the types of metabolites already studied? Anybody else? What is my metabolites?
So,
what is my metabolites?
so metabolites are the substances in our body, sir, which help with our immune system and overall functioning of the body, sir.
They are essential for the metabolic function, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, metabolites. Will you please tell me, so what are the two types of metabolites? Primary and secondary, isn't it? Will you please tell me the primary metabolites? Will you please tell me the secondary metabolites? Any examples? Any examples, my dears? So just you should note what is my primary metabolites. Okay, you should know. If you know the functions of any one of the metabolites, it's called as primary metabolites. If you know the functions, for example, calcium is the one of the elements, isn't it? You know the functions of calcium, isn't it? It is essential for the formation of bone and teeth and also blood clotting mechanisms. So we know the function, isn't it? Suppose take an examples of zinc is also one of the metabolites. We know the we know the functions of zinc. Do you know? Anybody else? Zinc is essential for so and so. Do you know that? Any one of you, my dear? Primary metabolites is nothing but the, if you know the function of the element is called as primary metabolites. Example I have given as a calcium as an example.
So,
yeah.
so is zinc used in for reaction of enzymes, sir?
Which enzyme? Exactly correct, but you have to tell the exact which enzyme is essential for the elements.
Sir, don't know, sir.
Don't know. Okay. Doesn't matter. Very good. We are trying very good. And what about the carboxypeptidase? Carboxylic peptidase is the one of the enzymes. Okay, that enzyme present in your stomach. That enzyme is initiated by the one of the metabolites is called as zinc. Okay, so you note it down. This is very, very important. We do not, what is the primary metabolite? What is the secondary metabolite? Primary metabolite known function. Okay, that is a secondary metabolite is nothing but the unknown function. That is very much. Zinc is present in our body, but we do not know where it occurs, how it will be essential for the metabolic reactions. So that's why known function is primary, unknown function is which one you know? Secondary metabology. Example, zinc. Okay. Okay. So here, this causes enormous swelling of certain body parts such as leg, scrotal sac, and also in the male reproductive organs such as the breast also like that. Okay. When the swelling occurs in the legs, they appear as a elephant legs. So it is called as elephantiasis. So these are the part where it is occurs in the lower part of the body, whether it may be male or female, whatever it may be, the lower part is very, very affect. Defect occurs only in the lower part from the hip onwards. Okay, so this is very, very important. See, so already we saw it. What are the common helminth diseases? First one is Ascaris lumbricoides, common roundworm. Okay, this is the base. Mostly they were asked the questions: abdominal spasm, insomnia, vomiting, loose motion, restlessness, internal bleeding, fever, anemia, blockage of and the intestinal passage. Because more number of worms present in the intestine, what happened? You know, they will not allow the foodstuffs or chyme or whatever it may be. So it will lead to the pain. That is the reason. And Dracula culaliasis. See, Dracunaculals. Sorry, medinensis. Blister on skin of the arms, shoulder, and also legs. This is also another. Elephantiasis. Already we saw it. These things in very deeply. Wuchereria pancreative. Wuchereria malei. So it is commonly called as filarial worms. Okay. It causes slowly developing chronic inflammation in lymph and lymph node. Swelling of hands, scrotum, testes, genital organ are often affected. Even is a female is also affected. Okay. See the next one. So what are the tests? What are the tests for the identifications they have given? Okay. And also some of the days also given. Okay. See the Montague's test. Already we saw it. These things. The Montague's test is a highly specific test for the presence of tuberculin. Tuberculin is nothing but the protein molecule secreted by which one you know? Mycobacterium tuberculin. So the tuberculin is present. How will you identify the tuberculin present? Otherwise called as one of the protein molecule present in the sputum. In TB cases like that, you know, the test is called as Montague's test. You note it down. This is very, very important. Tuberculin identification by the test is called as which one? You know, Montague's test. Sometimes they may ask the question: Mycobacterium tuberculin or TB identified by the test is called as Montague's test. And then another one is called as Vidal test. I will come to these two. Vidal test. Already you know, Vidal test is nothing but the typhoid. Very sensitive test for the typhoid. Sometimes they may ask the question: test sensitive test. That is very, very important. Or confirmatory test, like that they may ask the questions. Okay. Okay. And next, fine needle aspirations. They may be denoted as a FNA. It's a technique of drawing deeply located tissue for biopsy and also histological examination. Why we are taking biopsy and why when we are studying need this type of test, you know, during cancers, oncology. Okay. And I'll take an examples of TB also. Sometimes they are taking which one, you know, tissue from the lungs. Okay. That time what happened on trichoderma? Already you have studied it. That time they were took which one, you know, tissue from the affected part. So fine needle aspiration. Fine needle just like a needle. Okay. They may be insert the particular part and also took out. POPs test. Listen here very, very carefully. POPs test to detect the cervix cancer. Okay, cervix cancer. Okay, this is also another test. And he-loss cells, cancer cells. These are the cancers. Biopsy and cervical cancer, and also cancer cells capable of propagating outside a living cells. Listen carefully, outside the living cells. Okay, these are named after their donor and Henrietta Lacks, who is survival cancer in 1951. So they have given us a name is called as which one, the person affected by the particular cancer. There is a name also given here. Now we will pass on to the next one is called as what are the days they are going to celebrate. You know what about the World TP Day, the 24th March. Anti-leprosy day. You must note it down. There are so many days also there regarding which one, medical aspects. Okay, and that is January. And World Diabetes Day, 14th November. Will you please tell me World Doctors Day? When we are celebrating World Doctors Day, you are all our future doctor, isn't it? You must note it down. Sometimes they ask the questions. World Doctors Day. World TP Day, March 24th. Anti-leprosy day, which one 30th January. 30th January, you may easily identify the Gandhiji was shot in 30th January. World Diabetes Day, the 14th November. This is the last month. This is the first month. This is the last month. This is the middle. Okay, March 24th is nothing but the third one, isn't it? See that. Okay, so that's all about the part 4. Okay, that's all the part 4. So we'll pass on to the next one is which one, part 5. So part 5, what we are going to discuss, just imagine, already we saw it, bacterial diseases, viral diseases, and also which one, protozoa diseases, plasmodium diseases, and finally Helminthus disease also already we discussed. Now we are going to discuss the remaining part of the human welfare continuity. Which one is the first one? Just imagine fungal diseases. The science, study of fungi is called as fungi. The science, study of fungi is called as anybody else?
So mycology.
Mycology, FM, just to note it down, FM, fungal mycology. Algae, phycology. Okay. Fungal diseases caused by fungus. The first one they have given as a ringworm. This is called as disease. This is not a worm. Okay, caused by the fungal. That is the reasons. Okay, just imagine what is the cosmetic organ. See here, many fungi belonging to the genera, microsporum. Note it down. This is very, very important. Microsporum, trichophyton, and the epidermophyton are responsible for the ringworm, one of the most common infected disease in human. Normally, these are the 3 things is that microsporum, trichophyton, and epidermophyton. Dermatology. Epidermatology is nothing but the skin related one, isn't it? Note it down. This is very, very important one. Once again, repeat for you. We are going to study the next one is called as fungal disease caused by fungus. Fungus, the science, the study of fungus is called as mycology. So the ringworm is the first disease caused by the fungus. So what is the genera? What are the genera? There are 3 have been reported here. One is called as microsporum, trichophyton, and which one, epidermophytons are responsible for the ringworms. One of the most common infected disease in human beings. Okay, this is very, very important. See that. So mode of transmission, how it will be transferred from to the human beings. Ringworms are generally transmitted from soil or by using infected towels, clothes, or even the comb of infected individual. Okay, you know about that. There are so many dandruffs present in your head. It is also due to which one? One of the fungal disorders. Suppose proper dried, undried cloth, such as towels, clothes, or whatever it may be. Okay, it has some moisture, isn't it? Suppose when you are combing, that time the water is present in the towel or something else, you are not washing properly, what happen? You are not properly dried it. What will happen? The fungus easily, what happen now? Grow. It is a chance to grow the fungals. That is the reason. So once we are using this one, what about next day we will use it? No. So as a result, what happened on the fungal easily attack in your hairs. So it will grow. Okay, see that? So this is the microsporum canis. This is called as dermatophytes. These are the dermatophytes we are having. See that dermatophytes, microsporum. See the microsporum canis, microsporum audiuni, trichophyton rubrum, rubrum or rubrum. Okay, rubrum. Okay, trichophyton mentagrophytes. So these are the 4 types have been reported dermatophytes. See that skin affected by the fungal disease, the symptom is look like, that's why it's look like a round shape. That's why it is called as round worm. Okay, see here. So these are the trichophyton, microsporum, and epidermophyton. These are the 3 also. The structure will be given here. Okay, go to the next one. So you note it down. This is very, very important things. Okay, see, trichophyton is a which shape? Cylinder shape. See the structures. And microsporum is a spindle shape. This is called a spindle shape. Epidermophyton is a club shape. So these are the 3 have been reported by the, depends upon the shape of the, which one fungus, cylinder, spindle, club. Okay, sometimes they ask the question, spindle shaped dermatophytes is called as which one? Microsporum. Cylinder shaped trichophyton. Epidermophyton is a which shape? Club shape. So match the following, they may ask the questions. And also see here, this is the structures. Suppose when you are seeing these type of which one symptom in your skins, what happened? It lead to the fungal attacks. What are the 3 fungals? Already we discussed that things is very, very important things. Study that one. So observe it. Symptoms. See here, dry scaly lesions. That is called as dry scaly lesions. This is called as dry scaly compared to the normal skin. Okay, dry scaly lesions. Okay, go to the next one. And various part of the body, such as skin, nail, and scalp, are the main symptom of these diseases. Okay, these lesions are accompanied by the intense itching, always irritating. Yeah, what is that? Itching. You can feel the itching. Okay, and heat and moisture help these fungi. Already told you, heat and also moisture. Moisture is very, very important. Already you know about where there is a moisture is that the fungal easily grow, because moisture is essential for the growth of the fungus. So towel is also one of the source. When you are, what is that? After bath, yeah, what is that? Touch your skin or whatever it may be. There is a water molecule is there. Already you know about that thing. So automatically they will, what will happen? Adhere on the surface of the towels. Again, the same towel we are using, what happened? It can be spread through towel to human body to grow, which makes them thrives in skins fold such as those in groins or between the toes, in between the legs also. Okay, groins means already you know about that. That is a below the abdomen and above the reproductive part, groins. Athletic foods, sometimes it may be in between the 2 toes or fingers like that. Those are continuously using water for the whatever it may be in the vision, in home sweepers, home sweepers or scavengers. So their leg and foots are like this. That is called as athlete's foods. Sometimes they ask the question, athlete's foods also caused by the which one of the following, which one fungi, dermatophytes, like that they may ask the question. You have to tell the exact answer. This is here. This is called as which one athlete foods. The symptom is like this. Symptom is like this. So this is also very, very important things. Okay. So in between the fingers, there is a small, what is that? Wound like this, erode. it is also irritated, okay, due to the which one, the fungal attack, and also the water, the moisture is essential, okay, for their growth. See that one. So in Tinea creusum, the growing crown and the perineum are involved, and in Tinea barbae, these are the two types, okay, Tinea and barbae. The beard areas, beard means about the mustache, isn't it? Mustache means it's the upper part and the lower part is beard, okay, of the face and neck are involved. Tinea pedis or athlete foots affects the foots also. These are the three types. One is the crines, okay, perineums are involved. In Tinea barbae is a beard means already about, okay. So Tinea pedis also used the affected foot. I believe prevent and measure and control of these type of diseases, these type of fungal diseases, the maintenance of personal and public hygiene is very, very important. You have to wash properly your towels or kerchief or your dressing also. Even particularly inner wear is very, very important. It's very important for the prevention and control for many infectious diseases. Okay, so this is also very, very important. So then only we can control. Otherwise, what happen? It will be spread. Suppose our towel are also used by some other person. So what will happen? It may spread from the towel to normal persons. Otherwise, called as unaffected persons also affected by this disease. Okay, see that. Next, we will pass on to the next one is called as immunity. Okay, what is by immunity? Anybody else? What is by immunity?
So,
yeah.
So it is the defense mechanism of the body, sir. Overall defense mechanism of the body against any external.
Okay, very good. Correct. Exactly. Fight disease causing organism is called as which one? Immunity. The science, the real study of the immunity is called as what is it?
So immunology.
Immunology. What? Very good. Correct. Antigen antibody reaction. The science, the real study of the antigen antibody reaction is called as what is it? Any ideas? That is called as what is that? Serology. The antigen antibody reaction and their structures and the types, such things we are studying, that is called as which one, that science is called as what is, serology. Okay. So the immunity already, the overall ability of the host to fight the disease causing organism is called as immunity. Okay, the system of body which protect the body from the disease is called as immune system. All the human bodies, plant, and also animals also having their own immune systems, isn't it? Okay. So without immune system, we cannot be able to survive. Suppose immune system is also weak. When it weaks, the young children, okay, they are having highly immune activities. And also less also is there. Depends upon their genes and also that which one, immune systems. Okay. After that, it's also slowly grow until the age of adult. After that, what will happen? Again, it declines. That is called as which one, the bell-like symbols it has. First, immunity is slow in nature, in slightly increase, and rapid growth is there. Once it attains, and then again it declines. Okay, that is called as immune system. There are so many immune systems present in our body. Okay, see that. So these are the immune systems. What are the two types of immune system have been reported? We know one is called as innate immune system. Another one is called as which one? Adaptive immune systems. These are the two types of immune system present in your body. The innate immune systems, see here, what are the things is here? Okay, see here, the physical barrier. Physical means your body already having immune systems, because the skin is also one of the immune systems, and stomach is also one of the immune system. Lungs is also one of the immune system. Eye and also sorry, this one is called as intestines. Okay, large intestine as well as the small intestine. This one is called a stomach. Okay, so these are all chemical barrier. This one is physical barrier. This one is called as chemical barrier. Skin, how it will be? Prevent the microorganisms. How it will be prevented? Because it produces sweat. Sweat is also one of the, which one antibacterial activities, because it contains
The
C-bases.
lysozyme, sir.
Yeah, very good. Lysozyme, correct only. C-bases glands, okay, present in it. That C-bases glands secrete some chemical substances, particularly some of the components eliminated through the pore present in the C-bases gland. Our skin is one. Second thing, what about the nose? Okay, that is a mucous membrane present in it, and also with the which small hairs, so it trap the microorganism. Suppose the microorganism entered through your nose, what happen? Automatically sneeze out. So as a result, what can the microorganism also? What is the throw it away? And also lungs also. Okay, these are the three physical barrier because the presence of mucosal layer. Chemicals barrier. Imagine physical barrier. These are the three. And chemical barriers. Take an examples of lice and also stomach acids. Stomach acids. What are the acids secreted by the stomach? HCl. HCl is one of the antibacterials. Okay, killing substances. Acid. What about the lacrimal glands? Lacrimal glands secreted that. This one eye, it has a small gland present in it, and the lacrimal gland secrete the which one tears. But tears also having the which one which functions? Antibacterial functions. Okay, so it contains one of the enzymes is called as lysozymes. The lysozyme already you know about. It is also act as a cell eating process. Okay, suppose any one of the microorganisms present in it, automatically the lacrimal gland secrete the lysozyme enzymes. The lysozyme enzyme act upon the microorganism completely killed. Okay, the chemical substances there. Innate response, inflammatory response of cells. So these are the inflammatory responses of cells. Mast cell, neutrophils, macrophages, nature killer cells. These are the three things. So the innate immunity divided into three barriers, particularly physical barrier and chemical barrier, and also another one is called as which one inflammatory response. These are the things. Okay, these two are linked by which one these two are linked by the dendritic cells. Which one the innate immunity as well as the adaptive immunity interlinked by the one of the immune system linkage cell is called as dendritic cells. Note it down. This is very, very, very important. Dendritics, otherwise called as nerves. Okay, dendritic already studied. Okay, when you are going to study the neuron, nerve cell structures. Okay, dendrites, that means connection between the peripheral nerves as well as the central nervous system. Okay, then pass on to the next one is called as adaptive immune system. Adaptive immune system is nothing but the cell is also responsible. Okay, cell mediator response and also humoral response. Cell mediated means cell is responsible for the production of antibiotics. Particularly, they may be divided into two cells. One is called as T lymphocytes. Another one is called as P lymphocytes. The T lymphocytes is responsible for the cell mediated response. But B lymphocytes is responsible for humoral response. Okay, we will study what is my cell mediated response, what is my humoral response, like that. Okay, we'll study the later. You must note it down. Cell mediated response. Which cell is essentially T lymphocyte. T denoted as thymus gland, produce the one of the lymphocytes, otherwise called as antibody cells. So T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes already we studied the bone marrow cells. These are the two things. Just imagine this is a structure of T lymphocyte. This is a structure of B lymphocytes. Okay, the T lymphocyte further divided into, see that? So CD4 and also CD8 T cells. When you are going to study, okay, AIDS, when you are going to study the AIDS and also cosmetic, when it enters the foreign particles in the human body, what will happen? The T lymphocytes particularly affected by the HIV, isn't it? Particularly CD4. Note it down. This is very, very important. Okay, CD4 T lymphocytes are affected by the HIV. As a result, what happened? Automatically they will not produce T lymphocytes. As a result, what happened? The immunity power is completely reduced. That is the condition of acute immunodeficiency syndrome. AIDS is the expansion, acute immunodeficiency. So due to the lack of T lymphocytes, all the microorganisms enter in your body. As a result, it will lead to death. That is called as first one. See, this one is called a CD4. This one is called a CD8 cells. Okay, these two cells are products of which one? A cell mediator response of the T cell, particularly T lymphocytes. Okay, so here the humoral, see here. So this one is called as B lymphocyte. They produce the antibodies. This is very, very important. So the antibodies produced by the B lymphocytes. Note it down. This is also very, very important. So many times they were asked the question, the NEET type. Okay, antibody is also one of the glycoprotein. We will study that things. Okay, see here. Some important terms related to immunity. When you are going to the deep, okay, we have to know some technical terms. Then only it can be easily understand. Okay, the first one is called as immunity. What is my immunity? Resistance of the body against the pathogen or disease is called as which one? Immunity. Okay, each and everybody they are having the resistance. Okay, so that condition is called as immunity. It is responsible for the immune systems. Okay, automatically, so suppose any one of the person, the foreign particle invade in your body, what will happen? Automatically the immune system is activated. Okay, and also produced, identify the pathogen and also analyze the pathogen, and also automatically they will produce which one? Antigenic opposite components. Okay, antigenic proteins. That is called as antibody, isn't it? So that is the things. Antigen or agglutinogens. So antigen is also otherwise called as agglutinogens. Note it down. This is very, very important. This is a proteinous substances which stimulates the production of antibodies is called as antigens. Antigens or agglutinogens. It is also one of the proteinous substances. When the foreign particles enter in the body, automatically the protein substances produced by the microorganism, that protein microorganism is called as which protein substances is called as which one? Antigens. That antigen produce which one? Antibodies. Okay, so it is also which one? That means antibody production done by which one? Antigen. The antigen is a proteinous substance. The antigen protein substances also produced by which one? The invader pathogen or foreign particle, alien species, whatever it may be, or microorganism or virus, whatever it may be. Okay, see that antibody. It is a complex glycoprotein. Note it down. That one is called as proteinous substance. This one is called as glycoprotein. Glyco means addition of carbohydrate with the protein molecule secreted by the B lymphocytes. Already we saw it the previous slides, isn't it? Diagrammatical aspects. B lymphocyte in response to an antigen, a particular response to an antigen. It is called as agglutinin. When it the antigen antibody reaction is correctly, exactly pair with the antigen antibody, as a result, what happens? The clumps takes place. The clumps is called as agglutinin. That process is called as agglutination. Okay, that is very, very important. Once again, repeat for you. What is my immunity? What is my antigen? What is my antibody? So antibody is very, very important because so many times they were asked the question, antibody is nothing but the glycoprotein secreted by the B lymphocytes or T lymphocytes or macrophages, like that they may ask the question. B lymphocytes. Okay. It is also called as agglutinin because when it correctly pair with the antigen antibody, just like a lock and key model. Okay. Exact key and exact what is a lock? It will be open like that. Exact antibody react with the antigen. The clumps also takes place. The condition is called as agglutinin. Okay. So what is meant by ELISA? What is meant by ELISA? Is the identification of AIDS, isn't it? AIDS yeah. Enzyme linked immunosorbent. Tomorrow I will ask you this question. What is my immunosorbent? Immuno, that means antigen antibody reaction. Just to go through it, how will you identify the AIDS? One of the method is called as ELISA method. Just to go through it, you will get the ideas. How it will be antigen antibody coated, how it will be there. Okay, after that, what happened, how it will be, and also enzyme and substrate also acted them. Two things is happened. Two reaction is also happened. Antigen antibody as well as the enzyme and substrate complex also. As a result, you will get the result. Okay, whether it may be a color changing from the blue to red, red to orange, or violet to something else happen. Maximum blue to orange. Suppose if it is indicates the orange, the person suffering from AIDS. Yeah, AIDS, like that. It may confirm. Okay, anti-serum. What is my serum? What is my plasma?
So serum, sir. Sir, it is the clear liquid, sir, which is separated from the plasma, sir.
Is it correct, Ajay?
Sir, and sir, it's not taken from our body, sir. It'll be taken from some other animal, sir, and it is used for
That
a
is
specific.
anti-serum. You are telling anti-serum. What I am asking now, what is by serum I am asking? Single word it is answer. Is there? Will you please try? Good. Yeah, exactly correct. You have to tell. Exactly.
So exactly means plasma without that fibrinogen is called serum, sir.
Without fibrinogen is called as serum.
Serum, sir.
Okay. Without fibrinogen. Okay. What about the serum? It contain clotting factor or not?
No, sir.
So,
No, sir.
okay. After the blood clotting mechanism done, after the blood clotting mechanism finished, okay, that blood samples undergo the centrifugation process. You will get the pale yellow color. Note it down. Not clear solution. Okay, pale yellow colored clear solution. Okay, you will get it. That is called as serum. It contains all the nutrients except clotting factor. At the same time, calcium completely absent, because all the calcium are utilized during the blood clotting mechanisms. After that blood clotting mechanism done, only we are separating the serum. So the condition is called as, what is the serology? Then the deal study of the serum is called as serology. Okay, you got now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, after the clotting mechanism. Okay, what is my plasma? What about plasma? We will finish it up to this level only today. We'll see the remaining things on the next class. What is my plasma? Plasma is also one of the liquid part.
It's a component of the blood, sir.
Okay, liquid part of the blood. How much? How many percentage present in the blood?
So not sure, sir.
Not sure. So you try. Normally, blood is divided into two parts, isn't it? One is called a solid part, another one is called as liquid part. The solid part, 45%. Note it down very carefully. 45%. And liquid part is nothing but the plasma, 55%. 45 plus 55. The plasma contain which one? Already told you, with the presence of anticoagulant substances, particularly heparin anticoagulant substances. Okay, and also all the blood cells also. Suppose if you want to identify any one of the blood count, WBC, RBC, platelets counts, plasma only they were used. Serum only means, what is that? Any one of the diagnostic process, AIDS or typhoid or something else like that, analysis of hormones, enzymes, vitamins, minerals, and urea, uric acid, creatinine. That things also they were used. Both they will use particularly the identification of hormone enzyme. They were used serum only. Okay, here anti-serum, the serum of any animals which contain the antibody for a specific antigen is called as anti-serum. Okay, this is called as anti-serum. Anti-serum means how they will identify, how they isolated the anti-serum. I will tell you. Okay, already they did, the scientists also they did. How any one of the affected microorganism, any one of the microorganism, they may be artificially injected to the animals, or sometimes it may be particularly horse or monkey or rabbit. After a few days, what happened? When the affected horse or rabbit or something monkey, what happened? The invader pathogen produce antigen, opposite reaction also done by which one in the particular host, isn't it? So that is antibody. After that, 1 or 2 weeks, they collect the samples from the affected which one animals. They are going to centrifuge. They identify the antigen antibody. So that condition is called as anti-serum. After the isolation, it may be tested for many times, and then finally it will be entered into the market for their commercial purpose. Okay. Finish it today, this itself. Okay, what are the things already we saw it already about? One is called as which one protozoan disease, already we finish it. Last one we saw it, which one fungal diseases. Fungal disease, which one already we saw it, which one dermatobiton, isn't it? So ringworm structures also, that things. And the next we will enter into the which one is called as immune systems. What are the immune system? Already we saw it about what is my immunity, what is my immunology. So that things we saw it, isn't it? See that athlete foods. So and also dermatophytons, what are the type of dermatophytons? These are the dermatophytes. And fungal diseases, what are the fungals? Okay, so ringworm is the first one they have given, only the one fungal disease also given in a book. Okay, suppose if you want more information, just refer the book. Okay, if you want more information regarding this. Okay, and then we'll pass on to the immune system. So what is meant by immune? Already we saw it, fight against many diseases. Okay, that organs also present in it. Okay, that is the things. And what is my immunology? The sign that deals antigen antibody reaction is called as immunology. What are the immune system? There are 2 types of immune system is present, innate immune and also adaptive immune. Okay, so remaining things we will see on the next classes. Okay, go through thoroughly the book. All the best. Take care. Bye. Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.